The next story I'm going to read is called When Santa Lost His Ho Ho Ho. And here's a picture of Santa and an elf looking down his throat to see if he could find his ho ho ho. Let's see what happens. Christmas was just a few days away. The North Pole was buzzing with activity. The reindeer were practicing their takeoff, and the elves were putting the finishing touches on the toys with lots of help from Mrs. Claus. And here are the reindeer. They're running along the roof, and then they're jumping off, and they're practicing their takeoff. And here are the elves, and here's Mrs. Claus. Santa looked tired. "We need a break," he said. "How about a song and a dance to get us going?" asked Mrs. Claus. Music and laughter rocked the workshop, but something wasn't right. Something was missing. Santa was quiet. This was serious. How could there be a Christmas without Santa's ho ho ho? Santa tried some home remedies. They didn't work. He went to see Dr. Giddy. The doctor prescribed funny movies and a large dose of jokes. Everyone was eager to help, but the best Santa could manage was a little ha ha, a weak yippee, and a faint yee-haw, but no ho ho ho. The local paper broke the news. Reporters and photographers gathered outside Santa's workshop. The story was big. There's even a balloon, a big balloon that says Santa's lost his ho ho ho. Around the world, people heard the news. Have you heard? Did you know? Santa's lost his ho ho ho. Why, oh my, no Feliz Navidad? It's a joke. It's a rumor. Someone has a bad sense of humor. The old chap has the blahs. I say, not Santa Claus. Sacre bleu, it can't be true. Can there really be a Christmas without Santa's ho ho ho? What do you think, boys and girls? Santa decided to check his mail. He always read every single letter himself. He'd been so busy trying to ho 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 that the mail had really piled up. Mrs. Claus noticed that Santa looked tired, even a bit cranky. "Mr. Claus, please take a nap," she said. "We'll organize your mail. Now scoot." Well, maybe just a few winks. Look at all the mail that Santa has, boys and girls. Stacks and stacks and stacks of it. And the elves and Mrs. Claus were going to try to organize it. Mrs. Claus held up a drawing from a girl named Holly. "Look at this one," she said. The elves and Mrs. Claus laughed until they cried. "I have an idea," said Mrs. Claus. "Gather up the letters and follow me to the workshop." You can see even the reindeer are looking in the window. All of the elves are laughing. Let's see why they're laughing. "We'll have lots of room up here," said Mrs. Claus. "But hurry, Santa will be awake soon." So they were going to take all of the letters up to the workshop. Even the reindeer are helping. Santa awoke from his nap, feeling much better, but there still was no sign of a ho ho ho. He heard giggles coming from the kitchen. "Sounds like everyone's having fun," said Santa. "I'll join you after I read some letters." "Well, your mail is in the workshop, dear," said Mrs. Claus. so you can sit in your favorite chair when you read, said the postmaster elf. Great idea, said Santa Claus. Here, they're all in the kitchen. They have cookies, and they're all having cocoa, but Santa's going to go to his workshop. Santa headed for the workshop. The elves and Mrs. Claus waited by the kitchen window to watch and to listen. 1 minute passed, 2 minutes passed. It was so quiet you could hear a snowflake fall. I don't hear a thing, Mrs. Claus said. It's not working, said the postmaster elf. Then there came a faint rumble, a distant chuckle, and finally a mighty, booming, very familiar and oh so jolly ho, ho, ho. A big ho, ho, ho. Santa's ho, ho, ho was back. Ho, 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 said Santa. The reporters and photographers heard it. Folks in town heard it. Everyone, everywhere around the world heard it. Mrs. Claus jumped for joy. The elves shouted with glee, and the reindeers pranced and danced. Santa thanked everyone for their pictures, especially Holly. He promised that this would be the merriest, jolliest Christmas ever. And it was. In the paper it says, the North Pole Daily News, Santa's Ho 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 returns. Special edition, Santa says Christmas will be merry. And Santa's reading a letter, and it says, Dear Santa, sometimes I have a bad day. I'm crabby and I can't laugh. I look very silly. Here's what I look like then. I drew it for you. I hope it makes you laugh. Merry Christmas, love, Holly. And Santa looked at the picture that Holly drew. And this is what Holly looks like on a day when she's crabby and can't laugh. She has furry green legs and long red toenails and a tail and a red skirt and a yellow sweater, but the sweater has 4 arms and it has a grumpy face on it. Her face is blue. Her hair is purple. She's got steam coming out of her ears. She really looks crabby, doesn't she? It says, even my cat laughs at me. And here's a picture of her cat laughing. Would that make you laugh, boys and girls? It makes me laugh. There were other letters to Santa, and one is, Dear Santa, I would love a set of drums, but I'd rather hear you laugh again. And another one said, Dear Santa, did you ever go to the moon? Are there children there? Maybe the man in the moon could make you ho, ho, ho again. If you go to the moon, said Malcolm, may I come with you? These are some of the letters that Santa had received, along with Holly's, with the picture that made Santa laugh. I like that story.